Jai Kunja Bihari. Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Kunja Bihari. Yashodanandana Brajachanaranshana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Bihari. Yashodanandana Brajachanaranshana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Bihari. Yashodanandana Brajachanaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Bihari. Yashodanandana Brajachanaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Mai Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Nitai Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Yoga Dharma Shri Harinam Sankirtana ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Samveta Gaura Bhaktavinda ki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Chaya Mudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 28. Puranjan becomes a woman in the next life, text number 27. Anantapare tamasi magno nashta smritirsama shashvatir anubhuyarthim pramada sanga dushita anantapare tamasi magno nashta smriti samaha shashvatir anubhuyarthim pramada sanga dushita anantapare tamasi magno nashta smritir samaha shashvatir anubhuyarthim pramada sanga dushita. ఇది మాతాజీ. What to what? Anantapare, unlimitedly expanded. Tamasi, in the material existence of darkness. Magnaha, being merged. Nashta smritihi, bereft of all intelligence. Samaha, for many years. Shashvati, practically eternally. Anubhuya, experiencing. Artim, the threefold miseries. Pramada, of women. Sangha, by association. Dushita, being contaminated. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Due to his contaminated association with women, a living entity like King Puranjan eternally suffers all the pangs of material existence and remains in the dark region of material life, bereft of all remembrance for many, many years. Purport. This is a description of material existence. Material existence is experienced when one becomes attached to a woman and forgets his real identity as eternal servant of Krishna. Nashta Smritihi. In this way, in one body after another, the living entity perpetually suffers the threefold miseries of material existence. To save human civilization from the darkness of ignorance, this movement was started. The main purpose of the Krishna conscious movement is to enlighten the forgetful living entity and remind him of his original Krishna consciousness. In this way, the living entity can be saved from the catastrophe of ignorance as well as bodily transmigration. As Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung, Anadi karma phale padi bhavarnava jale tari bare na deke upay. Ye vishaya hala hale diva nishi hiya jwale manu kabu sukha nahi paye. Because of my past fruitive activities, I have now fallen into an ocean of nescience. I cannot find any means to get out of this great ocean, which is indeed like an ocean of poison. We are trying to be happy through sense enjoyment, but actually that so-called enjoyment is like food that is too hot and causes burning in the heart. I feel a burning sensation constantly, day and night, and thus my mind cannot find satisfaction. Material existence is always full of anxiety. People are always trying to find many ways to mitigate anxiety, but because they are not guided by a real leader, they try to forget material anxiety through drink and sex indulgence. Foolish people do not know that by attempting to escape anxiety by drink and sex, they simply increase their duration of material life. It is not possible to escape material anxiety in this way. The word pramada sangha dushita indicates that apart from all other contamination, if one simply remains attached to a woman, that single contamination will be sufficient to prolong one's miserable material existence. Consequently, in Vedic civilization, one is trained from the beginning to give up attachment for a woman. The first stage of life is brahmachari, the second stage grahastha, the third stage vanaprastha, and the fourth stage sannyas. All these stages are devised to enable one to detach himself from the association of women. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahem Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parishana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatadeshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurasve Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Pri Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangundangayate girim yat tamham mande Shri Gurun Dinatharinam. Hare Krishna. So I seek the blessings of His Grace Anand Mahaprabhu and all the Simul Vaishnavas so that I can speak on this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam for my purification of heart. So in this particular section, we are seeing King Puranjan in the time of death, what is his state of consciousness, and there is a thorough description of his state of consciousness in this particular chapter. And through this chapter, the Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada, they are teaching us that how we should also prepare our consciousness for the time of death. So here King Puranjan, because of his, it's mentioned here, contaminated association with women. So there could be proper association and there could be also contaminated association. So because of that, he got completely absorbed in materialistic life and is suffering in this material existence. So actually once when some brahmacharis and sannyasis complained Srila Prabhupada that this Matajis are chanting in the temple hall and they are everywhere. So somebody told that in New York that they should no more be in the temple hall. So when Prabhupada came to know, then he actually told that let all the brahmacharis, sannyasis go to forest. He said that we cannot avoid women in the in Kali Yuga. So he said women are also interested in Krishna consciousness, so they should be also given the opportunity to render service to Krishna. So at the same time Prabhupada also was strict in the sense that he would tell that there should be no free mixing. So actually we see that in the modern culture there is lot of free mixing. So they will always say that both are equal. So what is the problem in free mixing? In one way they are all equal only. So Prabhupada said actually women's liberation movement is actually in cheating for women, because men use that women liberation to exploit them and make them pregnant. So Prabhupada said actually they are equal spiritually, but not materially, because men cannot become pregnant. Prabhupada said only women can become pregnant. So materially they are not equal. Spiritually they are souls, part and parcel of Krishna. So in that way they are equal. So that's why the scriptures recommend that the women should always be protected. In childhood they should be under the protection of the parents. As they grow and get married, they should be under the protection of husband, and later in old age if the husband dies, they should be under the protection of the elder son. So because they need protection, because they are by nature weak. Like Prabhupada said that sometimes women become policemen, police. But if some gundas come and catch her hand, what shall we do? She'll only cry. So men and women on material sense cannot become equal, right? So that's why there should be restriction. So if a person actually is in the bodily conception of life, then actually he becomes affected by means the association, okay? Whether man or woman, if they are in the bodily conception of life, then actually we get affected. Okay. But if you understand that we are spirit, soul, part and parcel of Krishna, and try to act in that way, then actually one will not be affected. So the contamination basically happens through the eyes to start with. Okay. So there are 3 levels of vision mentioned. Okay. So the first one is Kamanjana. When one's vision is anointed with lust. Then there is Shastra Chakshu, seeing this world with the vision of scriptures, and Premanjana, one's eyes anointed with love for Krishna. So these are the 3 visions which people can have. So in the conditioned stage, because one's consciousness is filled with enjoying mentality. Okay. I am the enjoyer, I am the controller, I am the proprietor. This is the contaminated consciousness. So actually when a living entity is filled with this enjoying mentality, so whatever he comes in contact, he wants to enjoy and control. That's the problem. So actually in the Aila Gita, in the 11th canto, King Pururava, actually after his association with Urvasi, he starts lamenting later on, understanding how we wasted so much time. Then he actually mentions that one should actually not blame the object of sense gratification, but one should actually blame one's material consciousness. Generally, sometimes people, devotees also blame, Prabhu ji kya kare, Kaliyuga hai, itna maya hai, sab jagah maya hai. Right? Everywhere there are posters and smartphone in that also, and everywhere there are so much illusory energy of Krishna, so much is there, Prabhu. But actually, yeah, that is there. But then we should also understand that so much Maya is there in our mind, means our contaminated consciousness of enjoying mentality is there in our mind. So actually that we should focus on, because no matter how much Maya is there, but if somebody is free from this enjoying mentality, he will not be affected. Like Haridas Thakur we see, because he was completely taking shelter of Krishna. So even though Maya Devi personally tested him, Maya Devi personally, we know the story of that prostitute, that is also there, but even more than that, Maya Devi personally comes and tests Haridas Thakur. But still he was not disturbed, completely absorbed in taking shelter of Krishna. Daivi hi esha gunamayi mam maya duratya mam eva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. So because a devotee of the Lord, he always takes shelter of Krishna, so that's why he is not affected. Krishna boliya jeev bhogavancha kare jhapatiya mayatar. Immediately. So the moment the living entity forgets Krishna, taking shelter of Krishna, immediately Maya captures. Not that maybe it will capture or maybe after some time, not like that, immediately. So that means a devotee has to be very, very attentive. He has to be conscious about his consciousness. Where is his consciousness? Whether it is Krishna conscious or Maya conscious. Okay? So that is how, if we actually focus on taking shelter of Krishna, then we will be protected. Padma Patra Mevambasa, like a water drop on a lotus leaf. Although he is in this world, but he is not of this world. So because his consciousness is rooted in Krishna's shelter, Krishna's lotus feet. So, but unfortunately the whole material civilization is aimed at sense gratification. Everywhere, whatever you see, it is trying to increase our enjoying mentality. just enjoy, right? Just do it, right? Or so many films, so many wrong things. So, devotee of the Lord, he should understand that this is all temporary and illusory. So that is avidya, and at the same time one should not also know what is vidya. In the sense, he should be aware of what is ignorance and what is knowledge, both, as Ishopanishad mentions. One should do anardha nivritti and one should also do artha pravritti, both things. Means one should understand the temporary illusion nature of Maya and at the same time become attracted to Krishna. So both things should be happening. The Mayavadis, they do only one thing. They focus on how Maya is illusion. Okay? So they become detached, but because there is no higher taste, again they fall. Like we hear the example of Vishwamitra Muni. So that's why a devotee simultaneously does both. So, as I said, we have three visions. We can, a person, a living entity can have these three visions. So, in the contaminated state, we have kama anjana. Our consciousness is filled with enjoying mentality, lust. So, a person whose vision is filled, consciousness is filled with lust, so he sees the whole world with the vision to enjoy. Okay? So, now when that vision is there, one should uplift from that vision to Shastra Chakshu at least. So for that we have to increase our intelligence by studying Srila Prabhupada books, by hearing lectures regularly. So then one can actually nullify the illusions created by Maya. Okay? Okay, Maya keeps on creating various illusions. Okay? So, again, why? Because that's the service of Maya, to test us. Right? So, a devotee should be very, very attentive by studying scriptures, and whenever this illusion comes, immediately remember the instructions. So, whenever Maya attacks, immediately a devotee should take shelter of this, either chanting the holy names or remembering these instructions. Like Prabhupada says that this material body is nothing but a lump of flesh flapping for few seconds. Okay? But we take it so seriously. Right? So, actually, when we have this enjoying mentality in our consciousness, that's why we get affected when we come across any sense objects. Okay? So, but actually we should understand that this is all misery. Okay? So, like Prabhupada says, Ajamil saw that scene where a Shudra and Shudrani were embracing, and he got affected by that consciousness, means by that enjoying mentality. So Prabhupada says that in Kali Yuga such scenes are not ordinary. Everywhere such things are there. So now actually when we think that these people are enjoying, then we also develop that enjoying mentality. But actually they are suffering. We generally think they are very nicely enjoying. But actually, what Mahabharata says, Ahara nidra bhayamaitunam cha samanyam etad pashubir samanam dharmo hitesho adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubir samanam. So we should actually think that just like dogs and pigs, they embrace or kiss each other. So just like if man or woman do that, that is non-different from that. Because what Mahabharata is telling, if you are only engaged in these four activities and not interested in dharma, you are an animal. non-different from animal. And actually this activities of sex life only increases one's bondage in this material world. One has to again take a body. Somebody may say, what's wrong? What's the problem? No, somebody, like sometimes devotees preach and tell that, no, you may become dog or cat. They'll say, what's the problem? Let me become dog. No problem, right? But actually, whether dog's body or pig's body or human body, whatever, actually we should try to understand how it is so much miserable, right? The 9 holes in this body are emitting horrible things. Every day we have to clean this body, right? And then there are 3-fold miseries: Adhyatmik, Adibhautik, Adidaivik. Then birth, old age, disease, death. There are 6 whips of Maya. Hunger, lamentation, thirst, then old age, disease, no? So many problems. So, in the conditioned stage, like that story of Indra becoming hog, lying in gutter, now Brahma is telling, come back, he is saying that, oh, I am very happy here. So our situation is actually somewhat like that. We are thinking, oh, I am very nice here, what's the problem? Actually, the living entity need not undergo all these problems. The spirit soul by nature is Satchidananda. He has eternal loving relation with Krishna. So he need not undergo all these miseries, so many miseries. But because we are conditioned to suffer, and we are thinking it is very nice. Like a camel eating thorns and drinking its own blood. It is thinking, oh, such a nice thing, right? So, or hog is lying in gutter and thinking, oh, it's such a nice situation. So actually, but one who is in intelligence, he understands, array, how much misery is there, right? So we need not undergo all this miseries, right? We can lead a eternal life of loving relationship with Krishna, okay? And at the same time, so this will help us to actually develop detachment, okay? This knowledge will help us to understand this, that material world is miserable and temporary, illusory, okay? But this is not sufficient. At the same time, we should also understand how Krishna is all loving, all merciful, how he is the Supreme Lord, and how we are supposed to take shelter of him, right? So, actually, a devotee of the Lord should regularly hear the pastimes of Krishna, his qualities, and meditate upon them, and also try to see that how Krishna's mercy and love is coming in his life, okay? So, like Prahlad Maharaj says, that the super soul is most intimate to the living entity, because he is just next to the soul. No one is more nearer to the soul than super soul, right? The Supreme Lord, out of his causeless mercy, is expanding himself and going wherever the living entity goes. And he is so much forgiving, although we disobeyed him, he is coming with the living entity everywhere we go, right? So in this way, if we meditate on Lord's mercy on us, and how he is actually showering his mercy at every moment. So when we say Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, it's not only that he is the controller of all the planets, he is also the controller, the maintainer of even our own body, and all the abilities which we have also. Okay, the ability to see, speak, smell, hear, right? All these senses, right? It's Krishna's mercy, right? So we have to realize that how much kind and merciful is Krishna. And we are filled with his mercy. So that way a devotee of the Lord, by meditating on Lord's mercy, he will gradually develop attachment. That's what in Bhagavad Gita, why Krishna is telling so much about himself. Not that he is proud, but he is out of his causeless mercy telling to all of us so that we become attached to him by hearing about him, right? So in this way, if we regularly hear about the Lord, we'll develop attachment, and then we'll Vishya Vinivartante Niraharasya Dehina Rasavarjam Rasopyasya Parandrishtva Nivartate. So in this way we can gradually increase our attachment to Krishna and develop detachment from Maya. Also, if you see everything in relation with Krishna, then we can be protected. We see actually everything in this world separate from Krishna, whether ourselves or others, because every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna, not us. Right? Every living entity belongs to Krishna, not us. Right? So that we should remember. Right? So they belong to Krishna, so they should be engaged in Krishna's service, not our service. Okay? So in this consciousness, then we actually develop detachment from our own body or from any sense objects of this world, because we understand that it belongs to Krishna, so they should be engaged in Krishna service. Okay? So by increasing our intelligence, Shastra Chakshu, that is how we can be protected from illusion. But gradually a devotee of the Lord, as he progresses and develops love for Krishna, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achinta Gunaswarupam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Vajami. So he sees Krishna everywhere. In our conditioned stage, it is difficult. We see only Maya everywhere. Right? We are not so elevated. But we can nullify that vision, as I said, by Shastra Chakshu. Okay? We can cut the illusions with the sword of knowledge. Okay? But as a person gradually elevates himself and becomes pure, so then when he sees Krishna everywhere, Krishna everywhere means Krishna and his energies. So just like how one can see, so the example is given, just like suppose a child in a house goes to school. If the mother comes to the child's room, she may see the child's toys, child's clothes, child's books. So she may see so many things of the child, but she will remember child. She is not remembering toys or oh, this is my child's toys, this is my child's this thing, oh my dear child. Like that she will remember. So because she is seeing everything in relation with the child. So same way a devotee of the Lord, he tries to see everything in relation with Krishna. Oh, this is Krishna's creation. When he sees a tree, when he sees any living entity, oh, how wonderful Krishna has created this. I cannot create. Suppose you are walking on a street, you see some beautiful rose plant, right? So somebody is in ignorance or passion, he may want to take it for his sense gratification, right? But somebody in Krishna consciousness, he thinks, oh, see how wonderful Krishna has created this plant. I cannot create. If I make first of all, I cannot create that plant only. Even if I make something and put in earth, nothing will come out, right? But Krishna his Achinta Shaktis are so amazing. His inconceivable potential is so amazing, right? That you take some seed or plant and put it in earth. So in that seed or plant, you don't see any colors. You may see one specific color, not much smells. But once you put it, so many varieties of smells or colors come out, right? So just by seeing the creation in this world, one should be attracted by the Creator. That how amazing Krishna has created. So in that way one can remain Krishna conscious. Actually, many times devotees say that, okay, Prabhu, in temple we are somehow Krishna conscious. But when we go out, we are not so Krishna conscious. We get into Maya. So the problem is because we don't see this world in relation with Krishna. We think that Krishna only exists in temple. That's a Kanishta Adhikari platform. But actually, Krishna is there everywhere. So we have to develop that vision. So then one can come out of this material consciousness or this enjoying mentality. So apart from this, today also, in this week we are discussing about the glories of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So today I have been told to discuss about his appearance in this world and also his some few childhood pastimes. So we know Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually is eternal associate of the Lord. He appeared in this world. So he is actually in Krishna Leela is Kamala Manjari. Okay. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he came into Krishna consciousness, in the sense he is an eternal associate, but quite late in his life. So after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually spread the holy name everywhere. So as time went by, actually many apasampradayas came. Okay. So they were doing all kinds of nonsense. So when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur saw that so many apasampradayas are there and how they are in the name of Vaishnavism, they are only teaching nonsense. So he thought that there should be some empowered personality who should appear in this world, and he should spread Krishna consciousness and remove all this nonsense from this world. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared in this world on February 6th, 1874. So when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed to the Supreme Lord that please send your ray of Vishnu, please send an empowered personality to preach boldly and remove all this wrong teachings. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur appeared in this world. So in the Padma Puran, it is predicted about his appearance that a very elevated, pure and learned personality will appear in Purushottam Kshetra to spread the glories of Lord Jagannath all over the world. And his activities will be very unique. So when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared, actually he appeared with an umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, just like Brahmins have the thread. With his appearance only, when people saw, they understood that he is not ordinary personality, he is very special personality. And also when he was around 6 months old, when the Rath Yatra was going on, so Jagannath's cart stopped in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house. Okay. So it stayed there for almost 3 days. And on the third day, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's mother, Bhagavati Devi, she brought her child at the lotus feet of Jagannath. So the child touched the feet of Jagannath and a garland from the neck of Lord fell around the child. So then they understood that he is especially blessed by Lord Jagannath. And when this child was about to have Annaprasana, the first grains ceremony, so when the children get first sign of teeth, so this is done when they are around 5-6 months old. So that time he was fed Jagannath Prasad. So his father named him Vimala Prasad. So the Prasad of Jagannath is offered to Lord Parvati, Mother Parvati. She is also Vimala Devi. So he is named as Vimala Prasad. And also during that ceremony, the child is shown some coins or some scriptures. So when these things were kept, So Vimala Prasad immediately chose Srimad Bhagavatam against the gold coins. So for 10 months he actually stayed in Jagannath Puri, and later on with his mother he went to Bengal. So in his childhood there is a pastime where once by mistake he took a mango, and which was not offered. So later his father actually chastised him. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, from that time he decided, although he was very small, that I will never eat mango in my life. So even though many times his disciples would bring mangoes, but still he would never accept them. So when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was 7 years old, by that time he by-hearted all the Bhagavad Gita verses, and he was more interested in the books written by his father. So in school, whatever the teachers would teach, he would hear once and finish. No more reading again. He would remember everything. But day and night he would read the scriptures of the acharyas and his father. So he became very scholarly. And when he was around 7 years old, when his father Bhaktivinoda Thakur moved to Calcutta to Bhakti Bhavan house, so they were digging the foundation there, and they found the deity of Lord Kurmadev. So that deity was given to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur for worshipping. So when one worships Kurmadev, it's mentioned that one will become spiritually very stable. So also there is a pastime, once Vimala Prasad, his oldest brother Achyutananda, he had a nervous disease and he became very, very sick. So Vimala Prasad took kartals and sang Hare Krishna mantra constantly for 6 days for him. So at the end of 6 days, it's mentioned that a Ramanuja Sampradaya tilak appeared on the forehead of this Achyutananda. And then this Achyutananda said that actually in my previous life I was a Ramanuja Vaishnava and I committed offense towards a Gaudiya Vaishnava. That's why I had to take birth. And now by your singing of Hare Krishna mantra I am relieved. Then he left his body after that, his elder brother. So that is the potency of Vimala Prasad, his chanting, pure chanting. So also it is mentioned that he studied lot of books on various philosophies, and he studied the Vedas under the guidance of Prithvidhar Sharma. And also he used to contribute in many articles of various religious journals. So there is a pastime when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur took initiation from one Vipin Bihari Goswami. He was in the Gadadhar Pandit line. So this Vipin Bihari Goswami actually is a Kanishta Adhikari Guru. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he paid obeisances to this Vipin Bihari Goswami, so as a blessing, this Vipin Bihari Goswami kept his feet on the head of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So when Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur was only 7 years old, so after his father left from that place, he chastised the Guru of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Vipin Bihari Goswami. He said, actually, you are my father's Guru, but do you know who is he? Okay. By hearing that, this Vipin Bihari Goswami was taken aback. He said, my father is a Nitya Siddha, eternal associate of Lord. And you don't have sufficient potency. You think you are so exalted that you can put your feet on my father's head, who is the eternal associate, Nitya Siddha. So, because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as I said, he is Kamala Manjari, the eternal associate of the Lord. So, his son Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, understanding that how exalted is his father, and this Vipin Bihari Goswami did a mistake, so that's why he became angry. So also Bimala Prasad, as he was studying, he uh, also started a shorthand script called Vikanta. And also he started one association where the boys of his age, they would all come together. So anybody who wants to join that association, they should have taste for studying the scriptures, and also they should actually maintain strict syllabus. So at the end only he remained, but he started that. And also his father actually initiated him into the Hare Krishna mantra and also the Narsimha mantra, Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu. So these are few pastimes of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, his appearance and his childhood pastimes. So other devotees will share the pastimes of later on. So, but we can learn from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur now how right from childhood actually he was so much interested in Krishna consciousness. He's an eternal associate, but his father actually so nicely trained him, gave him all the facilities, and also Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur was very, very sincere. So as in the purport, Prabhupada also mentions, Kaumaram Acharit Pragno. From childhood one should be trained in Krishna consciousness. Actually, because children were trained in Gurukul, so they were trained to see every woman as mother. Matravat Paradareshu. Treat every woman as mother. So this training was given in childhood in the Gurukuls. So then when they grew up in youth, it would be easy for them to see every woman as mother. But now the training, what training? There is only YouTube and social media training given to children. Parents are not training anything. They are giving mobile, you do whatever, you watch whatever you like. So their training is what? The training given by social media is enjoy. Whatever you get, you just enjoy. Life is meant for enjoyment. So because they are trained in this consciousness, so obviously when they grow up, they have the same mentality. Right? So that's what Prabhupada is mentioning. This Varnashram system, Brahmachari, Grahastha, all this training is very much important. Actually only in the Grahastha ashrama, one is given the opportunity to associate with women. Actually all the three remaining ashramas are basically, a person is not meant to associate with women. The Brahmachari ashram, when he is trained in Brahmacharya, he is in Gurukul, trained by Guru. And in Grahastha he may get married. But Vanaprastha actually, although he is with wife, but he is actually engaged in service of the Lord, going to holy places, hear from saintly personalities, and gradually become detached. And sannyas, no question of mixing. So actually the training in the Varnashrama is aimed at actually becoming detached. So, but because in the current scenario there is no such training, so that's the problem. So even in Krishna consciousness, actually, because many people come to Krishna consciousness quite late, so sometimes that's why there is no much, there is no training in our childhood. So but at least when we come to Krishna consciousness, we should study the Prabhupada books very sincerely and serve the Guru very sincerely, because by blessings of Guru only we can receive the transcendental knowledge or the transcendental vision. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te gnanam gnaninas tattvadarshina. So what is tattvadarshi? He has seen the truth. Guru has seen the truth. So a sincere disciple who serves the Guru, he will also be blessed with that vision. Chakshudan dilojai janme janme prabhu se divya gyan hidaya prakashito. So if you please Guru, then you will get that vision, as we discussed also 3 types of visions. So, but instead of surrendering to Guru, we are surrendering to Maya. So that's why you get enjoying mentality, vision. That is a blessing. Right? But if you surrender to Krishna or the bona fide representatives, then you get a spiritual vision. Okay? So this is how we should surrender and try to sincerely serve the Guru and develop this proper vision by which we can remain Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna. So we'll end here. Any one question, if anybody has? Mic is there. Yeah, if mic is there, you can give.
Prabhuji, you told for Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, his father gives the holy name initiation and Narsimha initiation. But what we understand is his Guru Maharaj is Srila.
Yeah, actually that is true. Because Bhaktivinoda Thakur only tells him, no, don't accept me as Guru, you should go and surrender to Gaur. So in his childhood he gave him that mantra to chant, but he himself tells him that you should go to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji and surrender to him.
So official Guru is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, right?
Official means in childhood Bhakti's Vinod Thakur trained him, later on like that.
Understood, okay. Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Not namesake Guru. Means official Guru means it's not like, no, he really surrendered also.
Sorry, Prabhuji, for that.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So we'll end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samveda Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai.